Hey, what's up guys? This is Andrew Smersik with Combat Training. Today we're going to be doing up drills. It's a simple thing that you need to be practicing with your long guns. Think about with your handgun, your pistol, you practice draw stroke. With your long guns, your shotguns, and your rifles, you need to practice up drills, coming up on target. A couple key things with this is you want to get in the correct position as far as how you're holding the long gun, and you want to manipulate the safety at the appropriate times. Trigger control remains the same, firearm safety rules remain the same, but those two things are critical. Position, the way you're holding the rifle or the long gun, and working the safety at the appropriate times. So, let's talk about position, right? When I'm sighted in, I want to make sure, number one, that the stock is in the right position. So you'll hear it called the pocket of the shoulder, right? If you just open up your arm like this, put your hand here, fold it over, you'll feel a pocket. Okay, you can go there, or even a little bit more in on the upper pectoral muscle with the stock. Then, the way I'm gripping the rifle, okay, lots of people like to do different things. They talk about the C-clamp, or you can go thumbs forward, or just let your hand relax. I don't really care what you do as long as you are making accurate hits and you're controlling the recoil. Me personally, I vise the rifle in between my shoulder going up and forward, and this hand pulling back. And I like to keep my thumb going forward, and it's kind of consistent with what I do on a pistol. So, that's what we should look like when we're on target. Now, when we're manipulating the safety, that should happen as we come up. So as you come up, you flick it onto fire. Once you are done shooting, you should be flicking it before you come off. It's just getting in a habit of manipulating the safety subconsciously. The people have a lot of problems with this. You shouldn't have to look at the safety at all. Whenever you're not shooting and you have your hand on the pistol grip, your thumb should be on top of the safety so that you're able to manipulate that. Now, first position, called the hands position. My rifle's gonna be pointed just low enough, imagine his hands are right here, that I could see what his hands are doing. Only do this when it's appropriate to point your rifle at him. So, I've got the stock in my shoulder, I'm gripping the rifle, I'm watching his hands, and as soon as his hands do something bad, I can come up and I can give him those shots. Safe and down. So, let's see his hands move. As I come up, flick it onto fire. I find my dot, get on the trigger, finger off the trigger, safe, and back down to the hands position, okay? You can do this over and over and over. It is the most cheating position where you're looking over the optic. So I'm looking just over to see what's happening, okay? Again, only appropriate to do when you know you can point your rifle at them, okay? Now, next position, ground, all right? So think about if you had to use the white light on your rifle, you're trying to identify who that is. You don't necessarily want to point your rifle at them, and you don't necessarily want to put the hot spot out there, right? For different reasons. We'll get into that in another video. But either way, it's not appropriate to point the rifle at this time directly at them. So I'm going to have my rifle pointed about halfway or closer to me, in between me and the bad guy. So if I'm standing here, the muzzle's going to be pointed right about here. If the muzzle is pointed here, light can splash up. Again, this distance is real tight. This is more for the video. Just pay attention to the principles on it. So this is going to be a little bit slower than the hands position because the rifle has to come up a little bit more. But we still have the stock in our shoulder. All right, rifle's pointed lower. I'm watching what he's doing, and then if I see him do something that makes me need to shoot him, I just bring it up and I take him out. Again, when we do this, as you come up, rifle goes on fire, sweep the safety down, find your dot, give your shots, finger off the trigger, safe, and back down. All right? Next position would be just a hanging position, like you're just standing there, right? And the rifle's like this, like you normally are, okay? You watch Warrior Poet Society, they also have a stool position kind of for moving in tight spaces, right? That's fine, you know, but it's kind of just like the hanging position, right? You're just standing there. Hanging position is gonna be slower because we need to get the stock in our shoulder. So, oh shit, now I have a threat. I have to get the stock in my shoulder, and what do you know, I'm basically right back at the ground position, and as I come up, put the weapon on fire, put your rifle on fire, find your dot, on the trigger, finger off, safe, back down. Okay? Alright, so that's 3 positions right there. Last one, we always call it high port in the Marine Corps, right? And that is trapping the stock underneath your arm. And you think about, you can draw a line from your eye to the muzzle to the target. If you are working in tight spaces, you will find that this position is really easy to maneuver, especially if you have friends around you, okay? The debate on muzzle up versus muzzle down in CQB, it's kind of goofy, all right? I find this is the best, all right? A lot of people do. But just simply, like, if I have a friend around me, right, I can work around him and get on target easily, all right? This is also a good retention position. If someone were to come around the corner and try to grab my rifle, it's tight to me, I've got it trapped underneath my arm, I have better control over it, and then I can go into fighting him. All right, now, high port position. Again, we're gonna draw a line from our eye, muzzle to the target, and we have the stock deep underneath our arm, okay? So, I'm in the high port position, then I need to shoot him, so I'm gonna drive the rifle out, and the stock is gonna kind of come in contact with my jaw. I'm gonna bring the stock back, find my dot, and shoot him, okay? Now as you do this, work the safety, and take your finger off the trigger at the appropriate times, all right? Honestly, I fucked up that first one because I'm trying to talk to a camera while I do it, but as you push it out, rifle goes on fire, get it in your shoulder, find your dot, then touch the trigger. When you're done shooting, finger comes off the trigger, go back on safe, and then go back into your position, okay? Anyways, short little video on up drills, okay? Super important we practice it. The biggest thing, it drives me fucking nuts when I see people looking at their safety, okay? This needs to be a subconscious action where when we need the rifle on fire, we flick that safety down, okay? Long guns need safeties because they don't go in holsters. Because they have them, we need to be able to manipulate them without having to think about it, okay? If we need to shoot, that should be going on fire, all right? Big thing for this is whenever you are holding your rifle like this, right? Whenever it's in your hands, just rest your thumb on top of the safety. All right, we'll do another video on AK safeties, but it's not a big deal. It's not that different, okay? Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everyone buying our gear, especially our rifle slings. We've been selling a ton of those. Thank you especially to my students. If you haven't trained with us, come take Rifleman 1. I still want you to take Carry Pistol 1 first, but take Rifleman 1. You'll really like it. Anyways, that's it. Keep fighting communism, and remember that training saves lives.